Welcome back to AmbitionZ VapeR. I got a review for you. Comparison review is on the Merlin Mini RTA review versus the Goblin Mini version 3 RTA review. We're going to review both, compare both, the whole nine. Let's take a look at it. So these were sent to me from Augvape and Youde. For the purpose of this review, thank you very much, Augvape and Roxy and Youde, for sending these my way for review. It will not change my opinion of either one. You guys know about the Merlin RTA. Is a single coil only. Dual coil or single coil. Dual coil or single coil. They both come with two separate decks. They both hold 2 mLs of e-liquid. This one's 24 millimeters. This one's 22 millimeters. This one's got a bigger build deck than this one. This one's got a nice chuff top. This one's got a nice little 510. You can make this into a 4 ml e-liquid capacity. On this one, you can't. They both have similar single coil decks. They both are RTAs with velocity style decks on them. So what we're going to do in this review is we're going to dive down. We're going to take a look at both of these. I'm going to throw a build in the Mini, Goblin Mini version 3. Wick this one up. Show you everything. Come back, vape on it, talk on it, compare them, final thoughts. I'm going to stole my book bag. Which one of these would I go out and buy? Or maybe both. Let you know how much they are, where you can find them. Wrap it up like usual. Sit back, relax, grab a vape. Let's dive down. See you guys in a minute. So what's up, guys? We're at the close-up of the Merlin Mini RTA and the Youde's Goblin Mini version 3 RTA. So what we're going to look at is the Merlin Mini first. Okay, so this is the package that it comes in. It says Merlin Mini RTA. It's got the got the Augvape symbol on it. You can follow them on Augvape Official on Facebook, Instagram, and their website. I'll put those links in the description for you. Okay, so you're going to open it up. You're going to get an Allen key on the side. You're going to get your Merlin Mini RTA. You take out that, and then I love how they package it. Then on the bottom, you get a bunch of additional stuff as well. Very bottom, awesome idea. I love Augvape. They did it for me. So they give you the single coil version, like the regular Merlin. Okay, they give you the option. So if you like single coils or dual coils, you have the option. So this is the single coil deck. You can unthread that center post to make it a more airflow. Your wick sit in the side. Okay, you got your little, you put your coil in like that, you cut the leads, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so that's really nice that they do that. Not a lot of companies give you 2 additional decks, one for single, one for dual, so I think it's really nice. 17 millimeter build deck. The additional glass piece, O-rings, grub screws, and an additional center for airflow. You get additional one of those as well. Tetris-y style packaging. Very unique, man. I love how they did that. It's a little bit really smart how they packaged it. I have to mention that. That is a huge pro. Here is the Merlin Mini RTA. 3 millimeter by 5 millimeter airflow holes. So whatever you do to that side, it will do it to the other side. It's made out of stainless steel and Pyrex glass. It's 42.3 millimeters in height without the drip tip, okay? It's 24 millimeters in diameter. Gold-plated brass pin, as you can see. Gold-plated brass pin. Does say Merlin Mini by Augvape and Roxy. My number is 973. It's got good threads, peak insulator, and a nice 510 pin. It holds 2 mLs of e-liquid. Yep, top fill. And you could do direct lung or mouth to lung on this. So you could really close that down and do mouth to lung, okay? Nice 510 Delrin drip tip. You can unscrew that. Open it up. Nice filling holes, okay? Alrighty. Here is the top cap. Threads are inside, which I like. You can take out the drip tip. Nice chuff top, very comfortable. 2 O-rings. Very nice. It's 5.8 millimeters in diameter. Glass comes off, top comes off. Nice chimney portion. You got the wicking holes like that, but they don't have to line up. You can have it like that. They will still seep in there, okay? It's got an O-ring on there for the glass. Unscrew that. Nice conical design. Nice threads. Alright, very nice design. Very, very nice design. Before I rip it out, I want to show you how I wicked it. So you just stick them in the inside and you cover up those holes. Alright, it's for a dual coil. And then it's good. And here is the deck without the cotton. Alright, it's got a velocity style deck. Nice big post holes for the dual coil. Nice grub screws. I got James Mucklin Alien Claptons in here, 28 gauge. Comes out to a 0.13 or a 0.18. Somewhere in that range. Bottom airflow right under the coils. Velocity style deck. Plenty of room for your cotton, as you can see. And then these are where the cotton holes will cover to wick it. Nice draw to it. I think they did a phenomenal job on this overall. Just make sure your coils are inside this rim. It's peak insulator. Now we're going to look at the Goblin Mini version 3. Advanced Goblin Mini airflow system with condensation proof. All right. Two 16 millimeter RBA decks. Velocity deck, side deck for probably single and dual. 22 is millimeters in diameter, exclude drip tip, 510 thread. 2 mLs of e-liquid on this one as well. But they do have an extension tube that I have here that we'll look at. Screw off 510 thread pin from base. Then you can swap out the deck. Okay. Screw off top fill to juice. Close the juice flow by, just gives you some information. Additional O-rings. This additional piece here for the extension, I would probably say. O-rings. An additional 510 pin. Grub screws. Different color O-rings. Alright, a lot of goodies here. So then you're going to open this portion up. And inside, you will get just like the Merlin. That's why I want to review these together. Okay, you get a single coil option deck. Velocity style one side, just like the Merlin. Okay. Peak insulator. Additional glass piece. 510 Delrin top cap / drip tip. And yes, they do include a Allen key. Goblin Mini version 3. This one's 22 millimeters in diameter. The Merlin's 24. Top fill, both 2 ml tank capacity. This can do 4 mLs. They both have interchangeable deck systems. 2.5 millimeter by 2 millimeter post holes. 4 millimeter by 3.5 millimeter internal airflow. 16 millimeter diameter build decks on this. The other one was 17. 10 millimeter by 1 millimeter each on the adjustable air slots. It has this like unique see that? 510 drip tip. Smaller drip tips, 2 O-rings. Okay. It's got a weird style inside of it. Alright. Top fill. Okay, nice and big. You have to go in between. Good threads, nice and clean. So you unscrew this. See, it says minimum, maximum. So if you wanted it all the way open, you just slide that over. Alright. Different, unique. Oh. Conical design, good threads. Okay. Nice, not bad. Here's the build deck. Pretty much the same. Smaller areas to put your wicks. Which is pretty good airflow. Good threads. I like the post holes on this. They're oval. Look very nice and clean. No burrs. This O-ring likes to come out on the deck. Nice post holes. No burrs. Very clean. Not a lot of room to build on this though. 15.16 millimeter build deck. Post to post, you got 12. This is the old extension tube thing here. That's the top fill. The O-ring got stuck on there, alright? But then here's the extension. Okay? So you screw it into the top. So then you got the top portion, right, that's screwed onto that. And then you can fill it up, and it will just fill up that bottom and the top section up to here. And it gives you 2 more mLs. So it looks something like that. Here's the single coil deck again. Alright. You would just unscrew that. That would come out. Then you just put that in. That's the different size. This one's definitely bigger. Hopefully I can get the same build in this one. James Mucklin 3mm N80 Aliens 0.18. Close-up of the Merlin Mini RTA and the Goblin Mini version 3 RTA. Let's go back up top, vape on these two, talk on the pros and cons, final thoughts. See you guys. Both of them have pretty good flavor. I think the Merlin Mini RTA's got a little bit better flavor. It's got a little bit bigger of a build deck than the Goblin Mini version 3. This is 22, this is 24. It's got a millimeter bigger in diameter build deck. Both have single and dual coil options. That's great. The O-rings are good. Tolerances are good. The airflow is definitely good on both. I really love the looks of the Merlin Mini TA. The chuff top I like a lot better than this one. I wish they did something different with that drip tip. That drip tip is super small. You know, it's just a super small drip tip. But you can extend it. You know, you can make it 4 mLs of e-liquid. That's good. If you don't like alien builds like I do, if you don't like really big, you know, decently big, intricate builds, I mean, this thing's just good as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong. You know, I really like this one, though. The looks of it, the build size, just the overall looks and performance. And this does have a little bit better flavor. It does. because it's got a little bit better of a conical design. They both wick good. I think it's easier to adjust things on this one, like opening the top, opening the airflow, closing the airflow, taking it apart, building it, putting it back together. This one is good as well, but the airflow, it's a little bit more restrictive. Most definitely, this is a lot more restrictive than the Merlin Mini. This one's good for like your macro, micro, regular type builds that you like. The same build did fit in this, but it's not enough airflow for it. I'm losing a little bit of flavor. It's just a little bit more restrictive for those type of builds. But this one wide open is perfect. I mean, I'm loving this thing. I like this one as well, but it's too restrictive for me. If you like a more restrictive draw, you're going to love this one, though. If you're more like me, middle of the road, like aliens and stuff like that, you're going to really enjoy this one. You can make this 4. You can't do it on this one. This one does 2 mLs. I like the drip tip on this one a lot better than I like the drip tip on this one. Both have 2 different decks for single and dual coils. That's a huge pro on both of them. I mean, they're both $30, so you know, that's really not going to matter. I think the O-rings on the Merlin RTA are a little bit better than the Goblins. Not saying that I have any issues with the Goblins, but when I take it apart, O-rings do pop off. I just love the looks of that. I just love it, you know. 24, it's a little bit bigger of a build deck. Both Velocity style decks, that's great. Getting kind of tired of Velocity style decks though, to be honest. With that said, they're really easy to build on. They're really easy to wick. This one's got bigger wicking channels on it than this one. This one's got super small wicking channels. Very hard to get a decent amount of cotton in this. The wicking holes on this are too small. They should have made this a 24, 25 millimeter RTA. Most definitely, like no doubt about it, they should have made this a little bigger because there's not enough room. It wicks, but there's not a lot of cotton going into those wicking channels. This one has a significant amount of wicking. Very easy to put your wicks in this. Very easy to build on this. This thing's just a little bit more bigger, which makes it a little bit easier, you know, most definitely. I love how they come with single and dual coil decks. I mean, that is a huge, substantial, big pro in my book on both of these. You know, these are really good, neck and neck. It really depends on how you like to vape. If you like smaller, higher resistance builds, you're going to like this one. If you like me, you like sub-ohming, you're going to love the Merlin Mini, man. Merlin Mini, to me, in my personal opinion, Merlin Mini is the way to go versus these two. Now, that's not saying that this one isn't a good RTA. It is. If you're not like me and you vape higher resistances, like I said, you're going to enjoy this one, all right? I'm not taking away from the Goblin Mini version 3. But this one takes the cake, man. To me, personally, it's night and day. These are night and day. This is higher resistance. This is sub-ohming. I mean, this is awesome. But this has an extension to hold 4 mLs of e-liquid. Both have good juice filling holes up top. I feel like the top cap's easier to take off on the Merlin than this one. This one can be a little bit tricky to get off and on. Easier to adjust the airflow on this one than this one. This one's nice too. You just grab that little notch and you kind of turn it. And you could turn it. Both of these you could do straight lung or mouth to lung, okay? They sit flush on all my box mods, 85-90% of my box mods, no issues with that. If you have 22 millimeter things that 24s will sit with overhang, then get the Goblin Mini. You'll be fine with that. If you like bigger and like to build lower and have bigger coils, go with the Merlin Mini, man. I love the drip tip. Very comfortable. It's Delrin. This thing's not Delrin, it's stainless steel, but they do give you an additional drip tip that is Delrin. Both of them, I don't get dry hits. I don't get spit back, but the performance off of them are really, really good. I definitely recommend both, but if a mugger stole my book bag and I was on train and these were in it, I would buy the Merlin Mini RTA, hands down. I like this more than the regular Merlin RTA because the Merlin RTA was just a single coil only. This, I think they listened to me, man, because they did single or dual coil. I think that is a huge, substantial home run in Augvape and Roxy's job on making this a dual coil as well. That is a big step in the right direction. I don't think they could have done this any better, to be honest with you. This Merlin Mini RTA is one of my favorite RTAs for minis because it's small, great flavor, great vapor production. Yeah, these go through e-liquid pretty fast. I fill this thing up a lot. So you can find these bad boys. You can find the Merlin Mini RTA at vapordna.com. I'll put the direct link in the description where you can go to it, click on it, and get it. It is an affiliate link, so if you are looking to purchase the Merlin Mini RTA, I definitely would recommend to use my link. I get a 5% commission, but it does help out my channel. And you can find the Goblin Mini version 3 RTA at bvapehappy.com. They're really both $30, but this one's going for $25 and this one's $29.99 on VapeRDNA's website. I'll also put links in the description to augvape.com and Youde or yoursig.com as well, because those are the beautiful companies that were generous enough to send these to me for the purpose of this review. That's what I got for you today, squad. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, you know what the hell to do. I give you content daily, 1080p, 60 frames. Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to the channel. Stay juiced up, squad. I'll catch you guys on the next one. On mañana. Deuce.